Welcome to Orlando, Florida, and the campus of UCF. The Knights are ready to rock an FBC Mortgage Stadium, already bouncing as these fans have been preparing since early this morning. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Boise State Broncos, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Broncos will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Offense set on first down. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Good blocking, good running. Pickup of 6 out to the 30. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Still looking, on the move. Going to try to get it himself. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Buys a little time. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Now, fourth down.
This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on fourth down. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
I know the passing game sells. The passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, running back on the move. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
Dropping back, it's Abraham. Get it out on the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker.
And the defense brought the blitz on third down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
They'll throw it on first down. Keeps looking downfield. Bought a little time, lets it go. That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, UCF!
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the ground. He's got it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. The freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Fires to the right. And the pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. And just an outstanding return. Takes it back to the 7-yard line.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, and making a big play.
They are so close to a score they can smell it on the first play of the drive. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
In a 4th and goal situation, bring in the beef, the goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting the touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
And they did tack on the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They go to the ground. Fights off a defender. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close.
That's the end of the first quarter. UCF 14, Boise State 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Boise State.
And now on second down for this offense. Back to the quarterback. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. He makes the catch.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. Reads it, fires complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding the football?
After trying the running game on 1st down, they come to the line on 2nd down. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
short now. They snap it from their own 46. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Shakes off the tackler. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
The Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On the option. He'll toss it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. Snap it to the back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
It is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Penn State is getting taken to the cleaners today. We're talking heavy starch on a hanger, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. They're trailing by 14 to Jacksonville State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They
Picked off. Bringing it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Line gets set, first down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Gaines. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a roll.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
This offense has a second down play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved, and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Now on second and short. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to get the corner. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Abraham. Now sliding to his left. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Setting up the screen. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Looking at a 2nd and short now. The give to the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's Abraham. Floating away. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. An 84-yard drive there. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Oh, he tosses it back. Going downfield for the big play. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Knights will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. He's got it down the right side. And finally, a little production in the passing game. That has been sorely lacking in this one.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
From any spot on the field, they're a threat to get a chunk play, and they just did it. 1st and 10 from the 40. He wants to throw. Buys a little extra time. He'll throw it. Oh, the freshman lucky that one didn't get picked off. No gain on first down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. Back to throw, it's Nelson. This time he's got it. Quick with the spin move. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Broncos getting set on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Unloads it left. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
I think receivers really separate themselves with body control to be able to hang in the air but stay in bounds and keep that foot on the ground. Unbelievable job catching the football and staying in bounds near the sidelines.
Direct snap. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Brings up second down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
42 Spider. 42 Spider.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. They'll run the screen. Touchdown, Boise State! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find him, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
They'll try to get the 2-point conversion here and make it a 3-point game. They'll run the option. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Pulls it and fires to the left. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Right back to the well. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Abraham. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen passes, it just never developed.
Really good job by the defense, understanding third down, the situation of the game. I play a little bit deeper, take away the sticks, react to shorter. I got to go get him on the ground now. Nice job making the tackle, but playing the down and distance first, and now forcing a fourth down.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
Fourth down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the fourth down conversion.
Fighting off the defender. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short, and I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available, scramble, give me an easy first down.
The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The Knights look to do some damage in the red zone. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll give it to the back. Able to get one down to the 15.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, UCF 21, Boise State 18.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The give. And he'll be brought down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Makes the grab, and it's ready for the first down. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, UCF!
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Moves around to clear up the vision. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bates. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And the Broncos are on the move. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The Broncos in the hurry up. He wants to throw it again. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the 1st down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Quick release by the QB. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Broncos looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Got it
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Broncos! And the comeback is on.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys. They'll go with a direct snap. He's back in the end zone for the 2-point conversion and followed the touchdown as he single-handedly is trying to keep them in it. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now down by 2, inside a minute to go. If they can get this onside kick, maybe they could get into field goal range. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. This is where the pressure can start to build a little bit, trying to hold on to a 2-point lead, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. After giving up a score in that last possession, you just feel the sense of urgency now. It's really, really high, David. This offense, they've got to answer.
Yeah, but you got to remember, it's okay because I still got the lead. Now I just go out and execute, give it to my leaders, let them do their thing.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And this is a moment with the lead late on 3rd down that I would put the ball in the quarterback's hands and trust him to get this 1st down and keep you on the field. He's one of the most highly rated guys in the country. Throwing it, and if it's not there, use his God-given athleticism to go keep these sticks moving.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll leave it with the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Knights decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Got rid of it just in time. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, it's Nelson. Release to the back. Got a man. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll throw it on first down. He's taking a deep shot. Makes the grab on the left side. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
Great job of spatial awareness and understanding the situation of the game, too. Down in a 2-minute situation with no timeouts, somehow, some way, you have got to get out of bounds. Really nice effort there by the receiver.
Touch pass on the run. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They're rushing to the line, already in position for the potential game winner. Got to spike it and stop the clock. He's looking for a man on second down. Oh, it goes right through his hands. They had everything set up on the screen except the catch. It'll be third down.
And this late in the game, it's go time. I got to have a score. I'm not worried about downs. I'm going through my 2-minute script. We know what's coming. We practiced this all week. It's second down, incomplete pass, go to third down. We need to go for it on fourth down. This offense just has to keep that high energy up and try to run these plays fast.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this third and short. Now the play fake. Quickly to the tight end.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan, limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. You understand the celebration after taking the lead, guys, but this thing is not over yet. That last field goal looks like the game winner if they can keep them from getting in field goal range here right at the end. He'll call for the fair catch here. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Dropping back, it's Abraham. Here's a throw downfield late. And he makes the catch inside the 25. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They'll run it from the gun. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, UCF.
This game will come down to this. A field goal try to save them. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. And it's good. The short field goal for the game. That was fun, and it was big time. And it is a confidence builder to come through waning moments and win a game like that.
Confidence builder, dream maker, right? Those are the things you dreamed about in the backyard, drawing it up with the clock running down. You're going to make the play to win. Your offense is going to come through in the clutch. Jesse, that's exactly what they did.
No doubt about it, David. That's a tough situation to be in. There's so much pressure on these individual players to have to step up and have to make that big play. But you could see the belief they had in each other, the respect they have for each other, and now moving forward, this is a huge confidence builder for this team.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation.